So, what's the plan? Alright, remember this blue greenish dress that came from my original stash? And also this pair of shorts that used to be my son's when he was just a little boy, and he ripped it up, and they're too worn out to pass down. Well, I have gotten on to cutting out the squares for my 9-patch. Ta-da! So I've got these cut, and now I have to iron them. The pieces from the dress are just from the cuff of the sleeve. I ripped the seam, and I've got this crease on there that's pretty heavy. But I'm going to try to use up as much as I can of that dress. So the first thing I have to do is get that crease out. I think some people it would drive them nuts. And it probably should drive me nuts, but I'm not experienced enough. I haven't seen the shortcuts, in real life. But for you experienced quilters, just forgive me if this is cringing. But I love to iron. I just don't ever find the time to iron. It's not that I see iron as frivolous. I love it, but if I could get this clothes out of the dryer quick enough, I usually don't have to iron, and I don't have clothing that has to be ironed. Now my husband, he has a few cotton shirts and the collars get messed up and I have to fix those, but I usually wait till there's about 4 or 5 shirts hanging in the closet that need to be touched up on the front bib and the collars. But I know that I have to press down, and if you notice, I am ironing on my bed, and so every time I press down, it's sinking the little board into the mattress. So, going on the little anchor nautical theme, maybe that's going to make some people seasick, so I'm not going to show all of the pressing that has to go on through this process. But note that I'm using my iron, and I'm getting the water to help get that crease. Oh no, I ran over it, darn it. Alright, I'm going to put it over the wet spot on the board. Just kind of work it out. I'm not pressing and dragging. I'm trying to press and go straight down. And you can tell there's been a lot of cutting. Feeling pretty industrious here. Also kind of nervous. This is the first time I'm actually going to be making something that's going to resemble a finished product. And it's been a few days getting to this point. It's not that I'm just that intimidated, it's just life is that busy where I'm at. Plus we're coming up on holidays really soon, and I'm having to kind of juggle that. See, not only is the bedroom used as the sewing area, but I also have to let the elves have a space to do their magic when it comes to Christmas presentations.
Trying to do my quilt.
But I'm okay. I'm good with sharing. Here I am working with how am I going to set up this color scheme. Where the dark's going to be relative to the lights. I've got 3, what do you call it, tones? values. Gradients. I got 3 gradients here. I've got a dark, very light, and a medium light. This is the light medium gradient. Oh, and a wonderful little suggestion for reading there. I am trying to do my research. But this is the process of how I'm cutting out my squares. I'm just taking a regular old pencil and marking out the little outline that was provided in the kit. And I'm trying to be very... there's a word. Trying to get the best dichotomy out of this piece of scrap. And that's about as many squares as I can fit. So just taking my little Walmart scissors. There ain't nothing fancy about this process. We're just working with what we got. I do have that rotary cutter, but I haven't even gotten that out of the package yet. I'm a little... I'm not ready to tackle rotary cutter. I've used one time, and I liked it. I thought, oh yeah, this will make it a lot easier, but I haven't figured out how to do folding fabric and cutting multiple squares at one time tactics, but I'm sure I can learn. Probably, hopefully, in the near future. So we're going to kick this old school. Making sure my edges are just right. Now, you may be asking yourself, so I've got these little pieces here. Well, anything too tiny to become a square, and I'm just going to throw that out. These little snippets here. I've got this big swath, but these small pieces that can't be like a 2-inch square, I'm going to put that in a container where I am collecting tiny pieces. I think I've heard people call these crumbs. I don't know. I could just throw them away if it comes down to it. But let me show you where I'm doing color setups. Now this is the setup I've decided on for this square, this patch. But I was looking at how to play with dark and light values for these things. This has got a lot of saturation in the color, which is nice, but not what I'm wanting to do with these anchors. This is too deep. I'm wanting the anchors to be the deep color on this. And that's going to be the direction I'm going to go. And some have anchors and some don't. And these are going to be the other light values. So my center square will be the light, and then I want my dark values on my corners, not the centers, like this. So medium in the middle, and my darks on the corners. I don't need to make this more complicated than I have to, right? But this has a bit of green in it, just like the dress did. So I'm going to be kind of going on that bandwidth with the chroma scale. So here we go. I'm on the sewing machine. I've already marked. You can see the little pencil marks where I'm going to try to keep that 1/4 inch line there. And here we go. Everyone is witnessing my beginning of a quilt. And it's a beautiful thing.